Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, April 10th, and
And
that's crazy. We're a third of the way through the month.
I mean, is this Good Friday? It's Good Friday.
It is. Oh, yes, it's Good Friday.
I
Easter's
cannot,
on Sunday.
I cannot believe it. We're already here at Easter weekend.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, do I have, is it around?
Calendar?
I had something I was I don't know what I did with it.
Well, you keep looking for it. And we'll talk a little bit about the upcoming weekend, that Easter is coming. And so I'm sure that many of you have changed your plans from what they normally would be. We typically would go and see my mom, and I would have family there, my cousins, and
Okay, this was from last week and from Palm Sunday, but it is the Holy Week. It's the whole week walk, so here's the palms.
Nice. Now, where did you get that? Because you did not go to church, correct?
Right. So our church left the palms out on the step. And so people who wanted them could come and get them and deliver them to people that weren't comfortable leaving their house. And then on our Zoom church on Palm Sunday, people wave their.
Oh, I love that. That's very sweet. Nice way to stay connected.
Yes.
Good. So I was going to just say that this year we have changed our plans. We normally go to my mom's and see cousins and an aunt and uncle, and different people will go to my mom's. And this year we are going to stay home, and we will have our Easter here at our house, just our family, Jay and the girls and myself. And we may make some new tradition, right? And just make the most of what we can do. So there's a lot of things that are beyond our control at this point. And so I think just remembering that what we can control, and what we can control is how we perceive this different time, right? And so what we want to do to make things better for ourselves in this moment. So I encourage you all to think about what you can do to make this a special time this weekend that may be different, but different isn't always bad. So Anna, did you want to throw anything in?
Yeah, like really great reminder. What is that feedback? Do you hear it?
No.
Okay, hopefully you all don't hear it. Like even just looking for more, all these signs of spring have been coming up all week. And so even just maybe connecting more, I'm thinking maybe I might develop some kind of new tradition that involves being outside and signs of spring. I love Easter. Easter is actually my favorite holiday of the year. And so I'll definitely miss getting together with family. And but I also feel like it's okay, like Julianne was saying, new traditions. Maybe we'll do a Zoom just like we've been doing here with everybody. Maybe I'll do a Zoom with my family.
Right, that would be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a great idea. Maybe I'll even suggest that to my mom.
Yes,
it'd be fun. Good idea. Thank you. So back to being Friday, Good Friday, April 10th. I just wanted to share with you that I have no idea who this man is. I had never heard of him until I saw him come across my daily plan. But his name is Omar Sharif, and he is an actor. He is an Egyptian actor, and he was born on this day in 1932. And he passed away in 2015 when he was 83 years old.
so I'm showing him so people can see him.
He looks sort of familiar.
Yeah, he does look familiar to me. I just haven't seen Lawrence of Arabia or Dr. Zhivago.
No, neither have I. And so I am completely impressed, and I am impressed because my kids love learning foreign languages. So Chloe, I would say, is fluent in German. She's learned some Italian. She's taken a semester of Spanish. She would say she could not speak Spanish and can just get enough Italian to get by. But Nadia speaks Spanish pretty fluently and is teaching herself Japanese on Duolingo. And then Vanessa is learning Portuguese on Duolingo. So to know how hard it is, and having taken a foreign language myself when I was younger, to know how hard it is to like learn a language, especially when it's kind of reverse of where we would normally talk and how confusing it is. I have so much respect for this man. He was fluent in English, French, Arabic, Italian, and Spanish. And he was fluent in all 5 of those languages. And that's just mind-blowing to me, to be able to keep them all together, you know?
Here, I mean, okay, so I'm wondering among our guests who, like, I know Georgette, speaks French. And I'm wondering if other guests are fluent in another language. But what I also know from my own travels is that in Europe and Asia, it's very common in South America that people speak multiple languages. That people I know in Europe, they speak at least 3 languages. They speak so if they're German, they speak German, they speak English and French, at least. I mean, that's just common. In the United States, it hasn't been a priority in our public school system. But I always feel a little bit like embarrassed when I travel out of country because I can speak Spanish, but that's it. I mean, I don't have any.
Same here. And I don't speak Spanish fluently, but enough to understand most of what people would say if it was pretty basic, to be able to respond.
Yeah.
But not well. So he was in Lawrence of Arabia, and in 1962, that won him international fame and a Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor and New Star of the Year. So that was in 1962, he was being recognized as the New Star of the Year. He was also nominated for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. And then he won another Golden Globe in 1965 for Dr. Zhivago, which I'm not familiar with.
I haven't seen it, but I mean, I've heard of the movie a lot. It's a very well-respected film.
Okay. And his famous quote was, "Working gets in the way of living."
Working gets in the way of living?
See, I think that's, I don't know if I'd agree with that, because I feel like I live through my work. You know?
Yes. I think it depends, how you relate to your work. I mean, some of us really, I would hope most of us enjoy our work. And that working is part of living.
Right. That's what I think. So it's kind of funny that his is working gets in the way of living. So maybe he didn't really like being an actor. Right?
Or maybe it's one of those unfortunate things where they take this one thing he said on one random occasion.
Right.
And like, maybe he was just like saying something kind of glibly.
Kind of off the cuff and like, well, working gets in the way of living.
I mean, I've said things that, I don't want anyone writing that on my tombstone or like remembering me forever with that quote. I just said it, you know?
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. So in 1912, the Titanic departed on its maiden voyage on this day.
So did it go on voyages before it sunk?
No, I don't believe so. That was its maiden voyage, the very first voyage.
So heartbreaking.
So heartbreaking. And I wish I knew what date it sunk, because like, how long were they out to sea? Had it been a week? Had it been 5 days?
Oh, God.
That would be interesting to know, because they thought it was unsinkable.
You know, like as an adult, so, you know, I don't know where guests are at with this. The story of the Titanic. I grew up as a kid. I grew up singing the Titanic as a camp song. Julianne, do you know the Titanic song?
No.
I'll just sing a couple bars. Oh, they built the ship Titanic to sail the ocean blue, and they thought they had a ship that the water wouldn't go through. It was on its maiden trip when an iceberg hit the ship. It was sad when the great ship went down. And it's a whole long song. And we were like in camp, like singing it like it was this, like, it was sad. It was sad. Like having no clue. And you know, we sang the song like it was some hurrah energy rising. But now as an adult, like, how did they get us singing about this awful tragedy?
So I just looked it up. Excuse me. It sunk on the 14th. So it only was out for 4 days. Isn't that crazy? All right.
Yeah, all right. It's very sobering. Okay.
It is
So
very sobering.
God bless everybody. Safe travels. So 1925, The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald was first published. And many of us had to read The Great Gatsby in our high school English classes. I know I did. Did you have to read it, Julianne? Yep.
Yes.
And I don't remember it being a painful read. Like,
no, it was actually, and I've read it as an adult again and really enjoyed it.
Oh, I don't know that I really enjoyed it, but I found it somewhat interesting.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
And it's cool because what I remember I can't believe I remember anything from high school English, but see, my teachers were that good, but that it just really did help describe the era, that it was a book of its times.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. Do you have I'm Telling You Now?
Yes.
So on this day in 1965, Freddie and the Dreamers had the #1 hit, which was called I'm Telling You Now.
Group, a sound, and a dance were born. The sound is their own distinctive Manchester beat. The dance is the Freddie. And here to sing their million-selling hit, I'm Telling You Now, is the group Freddie and the Dreamers.
I'm telling you now, I'm telling you right away, I'll be saying for many a day, I'm in love with you now. I'm telling you now, I'll say what you want to hear, I'll be saying for many a year, I'm in love with you now. Do you think I'm fooling when I say I love you? I love you. Maybe you'll believe me when I'm finally through. I'm telling you now. I know it's been said before. Say you love me and I will be sure. I'm in love with you now.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my. Wow.
Oh.
That was exciting.
When he made that little cackly sound, that was so funny. And then he used his microphone like it was a razor and he was
Oh my gosh, that's kind of because they look kind of square doing this like little square dance, like
right.
And then he just did that.
That was unexpected.
Yes.
And you know what was surprising to me, and it shows how much things have changed. So that was in the 60s. Merv Griffin was smoking his cigarette as he was introducing them, right? First of all, people just don't smoke like they used to.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be able to smoke on the set of
No.
the show anymore. Just doesn't happen. So it was kind of weird, like, there's the smoke coming up, and like, oh, that was a different time.
Yes.
So remember, when we play some music, that is your chance to move. Even if you're in your chair and you lift your arms and you do whatever, that is your chance to get some movement in, okay? Let's see. Oh, 1967. 39th Academy Awards, Elizabeth Taylor won Best Actress for Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
Oh,
There
here's some
it
pictures.
is.
Wow, this looks like
She-
there's some drama here in this movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say she looks a little scary in some of these pictures. Angry, like "Arr."
Oh,
Hmm. Now Elizabeth Taylor is still alive, correct?
as far as I know.
And Paul Schofield won Best Actor for A Man for All Seasons, which also won the Best Picture.
Has anybody seen this? A Man for
A
All.
Man for All Seasons.
I've never heard of this movie. I'm
Neither.
photo ready for it, but I imagine some of you out there know it. And if you think we should know it, tell us. Write a
Yeah.
comment. If you're like Anna and Julianne, you gotta
What
look.
planet are you on that you don't know this movie?
Yeah. Let us know. So we've got more, like, apparently this is a big movie kind of day. In 1968, In the Heat of the Night was awarded the Best Picture, the Oscar for the Best Picture. And then Katharine Hepburn, she was awarded the Best Actress for Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. And let's just see if that looks familiar to anyone.
Oh,
Oh, look at Katharine Hepburn. She's just amazing.
is she Audrey Hepburn's daughter or mother or?
Oh, golly. Probably.
so?
We should, yes. Right?
Oh, is it
Oh.
her niece?
I don't know. We should have done our homework.
We should have.
All right.
Does
Yeah.
anyone know the relation between Audrey Hepburn and Katharine Hepburn?
And has anyone seen Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? I know Katharine Hepburn is admired, respected by many. So my guess is that people have seen Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. And I mean, that movie's not very old, 1968.
They're not related.
Oh,
It is a common, persistent misconception. Catherine was the daughter of two wealthy Connecticut Americans. Audrey, the daughter of a Dutch nobility. No meeting of family lines.
Hmm.
All right, well, there we have it. They're
Good.
not related.
well, that explains why we didn't know, because there was nothing
Right.
to, there was nothing.
Nothing to know.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So in 1970, Paul McCartney announces the official split of the Beatles.
No more.
So that was, I mean, they were together for what, like 10 years? Or I don't know.
How many of you were Beatles fans? Were any of you Beatles fans? And if so, when they broke up, how did you take that? Like, were you disappointed? Or did you not like them? And so you were like, good for them. They're not together. Who cares? I'm curious.
Right. You know, it's like when anyone gets really famous, like I don't know about back then in the 60s, but sometimes they overplay music of these very famous people. So I can imagine that some people might have gotten sick of the Beatles, like, all right, enough already.
Right? Oh, it's the Beatles again.
Right. So should we play something by the Beatles to commemorate them?
Sure.
Do you have a suggestion?
Something upbeat.
Something upbeat. Let's see. So if you were here,
We'd look it up.
all right, let's see.
Oh, obla di, obla da.
Oh, okay, let's do it.
Life goes on.
Here we go. Can you hear it? People can dance a little bit.
There's no magic down in the marketplace.
It's kind of dragging. Life goes on. Yeah.
And that's good because we don't need to do too much of that because we could do a
big band.
band, yes, later after we've covered the news. Let's see.
Which is the 44th Academy Awards happened, and the French Connection won Best Picture, and Gene Hackman won Best Actor for his role in it. And Jane Fonda won Best Actress for Clue. Why do I not know any of these movies?
Okay, well, the French Connection, I know, and that is another, I know that from my film studies class in high school. They showed us the French Connection, and I liked it. I remember thinking this is a good movie. Yeah. And but Clute, I've never heard of Clute.
No, me either.
But Jane Fonda, okay, now that we're talking about Jane Fonda has had such a long career. Have any of you, okay, what is Jane Fonda most known for, do we think?
Protesting Vietnam War.
That, yes, and what I used to know her best for is her workout videos.
Oh, yes, that's right.
So in high school, me and my friends used to work out to the Jane Fonda workout videos. But right, so she was known for protesting the war in Vietnam, and here she is today. She's like almost 80 years old. She's very, if you haven't seen the show Grace and Frankie, have you seen it, Jolene? It is the sweetest little Netflix show.
Oh, okay.
So,
I don't have Netflix.
well, okay, Grace is married to her husband. Frankie's married to her husband. Turns out the husbands are gay and they divorced them. Anyway, it's Jane Fonda's in it. And Jane Fonda is continuing to have an amazing acting career, and she's very active for climate change. She's working with Greenpeace, doing these protests all around the country, working with Greta Thunberg to raise awareness about that we need to take action now. So, you know, like at any time of our life, we make such a big contribution. It doesn't have to be Jane Fonda. I mean, she does it in her way because she's a celebrity, has a big stage, but each of us, whatever we do, all our acts of kindness, they matter.
Absolutely. So
let's skip that last thing.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I know that I think it's Roger who has requested this song in the past, the Old Time Religion that Lawrence Welk does.
Okay.
And I thought when we had listened to it at the center, a lot of our guests enjoyed it and sang along. So we encourage you to sing along. We're gonna put it on. I'm gonna try to see if I just have it on my phone, if you can hear it, Anna.
Sure. Just put your phone close to the speaker on your.
Give me that old time.
Can you hear it?
Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion. It's good enough for me. Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion. It's good enough.
I don't have a clue where my speaker is. I'm just gonna put it right here. You can hear it. Good.
Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion. It's good enough for me. It was good for all the prophets. It was good for all the prophets. It was good for all the prophets. And it's good enough for me. Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion. It's good enough for me.
It was good for Mark and Matthew. It was good for Mark and Matthew. It was good for Mark and Matthew, and it's good enough for me. Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion. It's good enough for me. It was good for all God's children. It was good for all God's children. It was good for all God's children. It's good enough for me. Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion. It's good enough for me. Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion. It's good enough for me.
There. All right.
Beautiful.
Hopefully you all enjoyed that song. You sang along, you tapped your drums and did some air tapping and
Although nothing tops the air saxophone that you played. When were you doing the air saxophone?
yeah,
What was that too? What song did we play when you did air saxophone?
I don't remember.
Okay, but that was the best.
Yeah. I'm kind of disappointed because I'm looking at the joke
Oh,
and
it's
I'm
not
pretty sure we've had it recently. Didn't we just have this joke?
No.
Okay. Maybe I just read ahead. Hung a picture up on the wall the other day.
Wait, start again. Start again.
Wasn't a good delivery.
No.
Hung a picture up on the wall the other day. Nailed it.
Yeah. I hadn't heard that one before, Julia.
You had it? Okay. All right. Hopefully you all hadn't heard it either. If you have, and Anna just doesn't remember, well
It's
then
possible.
we're all, one day runs into the next and we can't remember sometimes what we did the day before. So anyway, it was so great to have you all here having your coffee or your tea or your water or juice or whatever it was you chose to drink with us this morning. We're going to get on a Zoom at 1 o'clock today, and we really look forward to seeing you all there. It's been lovely having so many people getting on the calls and
Really fun.
staying as a community. So yes, let's hope we get even more people today on our call. I love seeing you all. You all fill my heart with so much joy. So thank you so much. Anything
Thank you
wanna
for
say?
being with us. Yep, nope. And we'll see you at 1. And if you happen to be watching this at some odd time, have a lovely weekend.
Yes. Have a great weekend. Bye, guys.
Bye.